Hi everyone, in this video we will talk about Kubernetes and what are those and how do we use them. In the previous video I talked about containers, why do we use containers and how can we deploy containers in containers instance. You can go to my previous video and have a look. So now we're going to talk about Kubernetes. What is Kubernetes? So say you have thousands and thousands of containers, so you need some sort of a platform to where you should keep all your containers. So there comes the Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a platform where we manage all the containers basically. So if I can show you a diagram, what I mean by that is, so we normally have a master Kubernetes node where we manage all the containers. So if we have virtual machines, which we normally call it nodes, so node 1, node 2, and it has containers, we can deploy these containers in our master nodes basically. It's called clustering. And for that purpose we use kubectl tool, which is basically a command line interface. So Kubernetes is basically nothing but a platform to manage all your containers. We can do a lot of things with Kubernetes. So what we can do is we can manage containers workload. Kubernetes provide DNS name to your container. It can add a load balance and distribute in between the distributed traffic. It can restart the container if it fails. You can also kill and replace the container if there's a problem happen. In this one we will be using fully managed Kubernetes service on Azure. It makes it easy to deploy and remove the burden of underlying infrastructure for the Kubernetes deployment. So let's do a lab which may give you a bit more clear picture on how do we use Kubernetes. Okay, so let's do a lab for Kubernetes. How can we utilize our containers inside Kubernetes? So you simply have to go to maybe home, say create resources, type Kubernetes, Kubernetes services. You go to Kubernetes services. This is your cluster, basically where you'll be managing all your containers. Hit on create, enter your resource group, give it a name here. Choose your region, availability zone, and node count maybe 1 if you're practicing. I've already created one which takes 5 minutes, so to save time I've created one here, which is Kubernetes demo. So this is the one we have. In this one we're going to manage all the containers. So what we want to do is we want to pull a Nginx image from Docker Hub. So simply if you go to the hub.docker Nginx, you see that we can pull this Nginx image from our Docker basically. So yeah, we got our files here. So what you just do is simply go to your workloads, and I have already got a script written in YAML file. So in here you will see all the deployments basically. It's loading. So you can see all the deployments here. What we want to do is just want to make sure this one have. I think it's the previous one I did is a Kubernetes demo. This is a previous one I did. Go to Kubernetes, yeah. This is the previous one I did. So this was simple. I can show you how I did it. I just simply go to the workload and then create the add, hit on add. You enter your file here where you can see The kind is deployment. Name is app development, which you saw on the bottom of the Kubernetes one. And then you see we pull in the Nginx image basically here. So you can see app deployment here. And then we go to the service and ingress. And then I add it in my service. So in here, what we add is, I can show you what are the contents of my app service. So we again go to add, and then we have API versions, kind of service, name my services, and we adding a load balancer in that basically. So this will generate a public IP for us, and then if you hit on public IP, it will automatically take us to the Nginx one. I hope this was easy to understand. And thank you for watching the video.